Rav Rabbi say we have reached the middle of the middle week of Sfira Somer. This evening is the middle of Netzach Shebantzach. Netzach Shebantzach is the middle of Sfira Somer. It is the middle of the menorah. So at some point we should probably spend some time explaining what the menorah is. The menorah that you find in some of the Sidurim, specifically Sephardic Sidurim, is from the Lemenatzach that we say at the end of Sfira Somer. But it's good to point out that the Lamanatzach begins with the word Lamanatzach. What does it mean, Lamanatzach? The conductor, I think they say, right? The conductor. What does the word Menatzach mean in Hebrew? The person that wins, right? David HaMelech writes in Tehillim that there's a whole section of Tehillim that's for the people that win, for the winners. Lam Menatzach, for the one that's Menatzach. Lamanatzach means Mizmor David. There's a song for winners. That's the midah of Netzach Shebantzach. That's the middle of the menorah of the Lamanatzach, is to win. The winning within winning. What does it mean to win within winning? Lamanatzach, the song for the winners. This is the anthem of the winners. What are the cries of victory? So the first thing to note in the world of Ben Adam Lamakim is that, and we've spoken about this a number of times, is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to win, and He wants us to win forever. There's something which we refer to a few times in davening called La Netzach Netzachim. You see this in the piyut that we add in the Shachris Shemona Esrei, the Shachris Kedusha of Shabbos. L'dor v'dor La Netzach Netzachim ve'eneun tiren malchusecha. But there's something called La Netzach Netzachim. That's what exactly does it mean? Like, I think they translate that forever and ever, forever and all eternity. What does it mean forever and ever? So there's something called forever. Most of the time when people speak about forever, that means for the foreseeable future. That's, we're going to do this forever. It means, I don't know what happens next, but I know that this will perpetuate. La Netzach Netzachim, it means that it's not for the foreseeable future, it's forever. Meaning that this is now the reality. This is true. When we daven that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be noticeable, recognizable as the Melech Malchei Amlachim, that there should be a return to Tzion Berachamim, that it should be La Netzach Netzachim, it means forever and will not change after that. That this is now going to be permanent reality. And this very deeply relates to the relationship that we have with our own Yetzer Hara and our own challenges, is that sometimes we commit to doing something. I want to change my life. I want this to be different. And we spend time working on a particular Yetzer Hara, battling a particular Yetzer Hara, changing a bad habit, introducing a positive habit, rerouting and redesigning the way that we live our lives, to the point that this is now La Netzach. And then every now and then, it'll happen that that same Yetzer Hara will flare up again. And sometimes it happens that when that Yetzer Hara flares up again, could be weeks or months or years later, the person feels, I can't stand up against that Yetzer Hara. And then there's this tremendous nefila. The person falls and feels terrible about themselves. What happened? So there's a La Netzach, and then there's La Netzach Netzachim. That this is now forever and ever and ever. For example, the Gemara asks the question, this is Pasuk in Shulchan Aruch. You have somebody that is a Mesachi B'Kubia, is a compulsive gambler. So how do you know that the compulsive gambler has done tshuva? He's no longer a compulsive gambler. Says the Shulchan Aruch, when he breaks his dice. It's over. Not that he puts them away. Not that he gives them to someone else.
What did you say?
He breaks his dice, right? The dice, right? And he shatters them. Takes a hammer and smashes it, right? That's called La Netzach Netzachim. It's not I'm putting it away. It's not I'm done with this Avera, but you hold on to it for me. It's over. It's nigmar. That's La Netzach Netzachim. That's Netzach Shebantzach. Yeah.
Does that mean that his Yetzer Hara is dead, or he just has such a strong control of it that he breaks his die? Because as we know from modern psychology, when you have any kind of compulsive or addictive behavior, you always are. So
correct. No, the point is that he knows that it's not going to end without taking consistent, persistent steps.
So it's a daily step.
Correct. Meaning, but it begins with a statement of, I want this to be over forever. And then it's a daily struggle for the rest of your life to deal with this thing, whatever. But it means when somebody says it's over mamish over, or it's over for now. And sometimes we convince ourselves with our yetzaros that it's over for now. It's over for now, but I'll go back to it when I. Yeah, what do you say?
I think maybe it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like some strong action, like you have a group of friends that I don't even talk much hard. It's just like, okay, that's it.
Nigmar, right? I leave the group. Right? It's not that it's on mute. Right? It's not that I put it on mute. I left the group. I don't want to hear this lashon. I don't want it. Right? I cancelled my subscription to this thing. Right? It's done. It's finished. Nigmar. Meaning lenetzach netzachim means that I'm not saying I'm going to work on controlling my yetzer, because the yetzer gets very smart. Maybe you should keep the ability open, and then you can cut. We mentioned yesterday, yetzer is too smart. Lenetzach netzachim means midas netzach shebenetzach means I'm done with this forever. And the midah of netzach means, I want to be very clear here, is that a person feels not that I want to beat this. I'll give you an example. A person says, I don't want to be fat anymore, so I'm gonna stop overeating. I want to be menatzach on the yetzar of overeating. But then there's another madrega which is called netzach shebenetzach, which is I don't want to stop. Meaning I don't want to lose weight. I don't want food to control me anymore. I want to be menatzach over it. I want to be able to walk into a shmog and not have it bother me at all. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to the point of netzach sheba netzach, that I win even over my victory. And this is the key here. Is how is a person capable of being menatzach in a way that's la netzach? Is that even in the netzach there is a big yetzahara, and that yetzahara is the shkoich that you give yourself. We all do it. When you beat a yetzahara, whatever it might be, you feel great about it. And that gaiva of, look at me, I did it. I know that I can do it. I did it. I'm good. That gaiva that a person feels of like, look at Blumenthal, look at that, gewaldig. The moment that a yid feels that, so the avodah is to be menatzach on that, with humility. To be menatzach on that midas hanetzach. That's netzach shebanetzach. To say, that feeling of winning that I have, that now I think that I'm like the bee's knees, I'm so choshev, I'm like, gewalt. The whole world isn't capable of overcoming their yetzaras, and I overcame my yetzara, and now I'm shkoyach. That midah is the Pesach to doing all the other averos in the world. And we know this is not just internally, this is klal yisrael bichlal. Baruch Hashem, we've seen tremendous successes over the decades of Chayei Tzva Haganah Yisrael, Medinas Yisrael, winning wars. And then the moment that we say, look at that, nobody can touch us. That's when everything, goes to hell in a handbasket. Everything goes to... The moment that a yid says, we're untouchable, you're never untouchable. Chas v'shalom. It's always constant vigilance. You have to be aware of this all the time. Netzach. One more area to speak about, and there's a billion more things to speak about in Netzach Sheba Netzach. But it's kedai to understand, and we haven't spoken about this, and it's kedai to mention, especially on the week of Netzach and in the world of Netzach, Sheba Netzach, is that the world of Netzach is, and you see this in Chazal and in the Zohar and in a billion places, that the world of Netzach is the root of Nevuah. The Nevi'im spoke from the world of Netzach. The Gemara says in Masechus Megillah that the Nevuahs that are written down in Sefer Nevi'im are those Nevuahs that are needed for all generations. Meaning we need them until Bias Mashiach. That's the Nevuahs of the Nevi'im. There were many, many, many more Nevi'im that were what we have in the book. Many more prophets that we have in the book. But those that are written down, that is Midas HaNetzach. Those are the things that we need forever. And for many generations, the Jewish people read Nevi'im and they thought, one day these things will come true. And I think that it's important to point out that we are living in Doros where we are seeing these things coming true. We have seen the nitzachon of that Netzach. When you can visit Yerushalayim today and you see Od Yeshvu Zaken, this old men and women sitting down on park benches in Yerushalayim and kol sasan v'kol simcha, kol chasim v'kol kala, and you see this is happening now. So we are living in the time of the fulfillment of the Nevi'im. That's called Netzach Shebantzach. We are achieving and accomplishing and witnessing how those nevuos, which were lanetzach, were menatzech over all of history. And to appreciate that midah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is neman, which is also the midah of emunah, is the midah of netzach, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu keeps his promises. If he makes a guarantee, it is lanetzach. To see that coming true in our own lives, in our own days, the strength of Klal Yisrael being constantly rising and arising. That midah of netzach shevanetzach is something that is kedai for us to understand and to speak about to other people. They say we are living in times where the promises of HaKadosh Baruch Hu are coming true. That's netzach shevanetzach, to be continued.